Okay, so we have a 2009 Buick Lacrosse in the shop today, and I thought I'd go through just a quick walkthrough of what a 2009 Buick Lacrosse has to offer as far as active test and special functions here on the MS906TS. Now, the top part of my digitizer doesn't work, so normally what you would do if you had one of these Autels, you just click up here on VIN, and it would auto detect the car. That's by far the quickest and easiest way, but I've got to kind of go through a longer route here. So I'm going to hit GM. Well, I'm going to try to hit GM. And at that point, I can click automatic test, and you hit read, and then it does the same thing. It'll auto detect the VIN. Usually you double check and make sure that is the correct VIN. I'm going to assume it is. I don't have to go out there and look, so I'm going to say without air pump. It is an automatic. Driver Information Center, again, I don't want to have to walk out there and look. I'm kind of away from the car. So I'm going to hit yes to that. Why not? And it does have the 3800 or the 3.8 liter V6 engine. We're going to hit hot. Well, actually, I didn't want to hit hot functions, but since we did, that's what you get under hot functions. Hot functions just get you to certain things quickly and easily, so you don't have to go through the module, go through, you know, the active or special function test or whatever. So just real quick while we're here, let's just see if we'd be able to program a key. Okay, program key fob 1, 2, 3, 4, invalidate all fobs. So you can program key fobs. I'm assuming the key does not. A lot of these GMs, you don't have to actually program the key. You do that. It does it automatically on the vehicle. You don't have to have a scan tool. Change tire size. I doubt that's, yeah. Tire type is usually under these GMs. That's what it does. So we're going to hit diagnosis. Then we're going to hit control unit. Okay, so we got one page of different modules. Of course, the most important, power control module. So we're going to hit that one. And of course, I normally, as you know, don't go through the common things like freeze frame, trouble codes, ECU information, or live data. Pretty much, there's a lot of scan tools that will give you at least trouble codes, freeze frame, and live data. The ECU information, a lot of scan tools won't, and I'll go ahead and click on that so you can see what that is. But the nice thing about that is, like, if you suspect that you need a new computer or maybe some software update, this is where you would go to see what your part number of the module and any kind of software that's on it. So there's the VIN, calibration ID, the verification number. Now a lot of later vehicles will actually have the part number to the module and all the different software that's loaded on that module. And that's probably what these, those do look like software part numbers here under calibration ID. 3 different part numbers there for probably software. So we're going to go ahead and focus on active test and special functions. We got 2 pages of active test. I'm just going to let you read down through them. Give you a couple minutes to kind of go down through, and you can kind of see what kind of basically ops checks that you can do using this scan tool. Click your fans on and off, throttle position, evap purge, stuff like that. Reset transmission adaptation, evap, TCC, AC relay. Okay, so then on to special functions. Cylinder power balance is always a good one. Fuel injector balance is a good one. Of course, you got your crank position learn. Fuel trim. Okay, so that's what we got under powertrain. Now we'll go to brake. We got active test and special functions. There's some active test for the ABS module. And got your brake bleed. And if you don't know, you can bleed the brakes regularly as long as you don't break into the system, specifically the ABS module. If you replace the ABS module and you've cracked all those lines loose, you will never be able to get the air out of the ABS module unless you do the automated bleed. It actually actuates the solenoids, kicks the pump on and all that, so that you can actually purge all that air out of the ABS module. Supplemental restraint, special functions. A couple things there. Body control module is always a good one. 3 pages, different things that you can check on the car using the scan tool. And special functions. Looks like you can change the BCM. It's got a BCM setup option. Instrument cluster. We got some active test. Radio. Test the speakers. And so, let's go back to this for a minute. All these cars, if you swap the radio out, the radio is not going to work. And they do that for theft prevention. That way people don't go trying to steal these radios out of these cars thinking they're just going to slide them into their car and have a radio that's going to work. This scan tool will let you set, and so let's say you went to the salvage yard and got a radio and installed in your car or a customer's car. You can go ahead and activate that radio using this scan tool. Audio tone under active test. This was for digital radio receiver. Passenger presence. We got trouble codes and special functions on this one. ReZero passenger presence system. That's the seat sensor in the passenger seat. That's what detects whether or not there's a person sitting there. Vehicle communication interface module. HVAC's always a good one to be able to do some good checks with. To be able to run the different doors back and forth, the mode door, air inlet door, temp door, got left and right. And then of course special functions, recalibrate all those actuators. Afterblow option, that normally allows you to either turn the afterblow on or off. And then last but not least, there's your key fob, TPM learn. And again, this is a 2009 Buick Lacrosse. A lot of GMs of this vintage will have roughly the same options. Your higher end cars like Cadillac and Corvette, they're going to have a lot more. They generally have all kinds of extra stuff. And I guess that's probably about it for this episode of the MS906TS walkthrough. Of course, most of your Maxuses are going to have the same setup. The MS906, 906BT, and 906TS are all the same exact scanner. The 906 has a cord. The 906BT is Bluetooth. So you got a VCI like this one does that plugs into the car, and then you can be away from the car and still be able to do all your checks. The 906TS is the same thing as the BT. It's Bluetooth, but it also has the TPMS hardware and software on it, so that you can do TPMS programming and stuff. But other than that, scanners are all the same. So anyway, with that said, I'm out. You guys take care.